So what do you think about sleep schedule? What do you think about sleep in general?
Okay. So obviously sleep is like super important, right? You need it to survive. If you don't sleep, you're gonna fucking die, and you can't really have that. So as long as people are just like, and it also depends like what you're doing during the day, because like some people have can't sleep at night. I can only sleep during the day because of like shifts and stuff like that. Like when they're working in pretty, I don't want to say like a low end job, but like like a starting job, like a night shift at like security guard or night shift at McDonald's drive through or something like that. It really just all depends on like what the person
Or
is
working at
going
FNAF
through.
or some shit?
Exactly, exactly. It just kind of like depends on what the person is going
Hmm.
through for them to like get the correct sleep schedule for them. And I do believe, right, this is just me. If you have a sleep schedule where you sleep, let's say 8 p.m. until 7 a.m., right? It's pretty early. You go to bed and you get up pretty early. If you stick to that sleep schedule and then all of a sudden you get addicted to playing video games or something like that, and then you start to change your sleep schedule, I believe if you get the same amount of sleep, so instead of going to bed from 7 until 6, you go at like 12 until 9 or 10 the next morning, right? I still believe you'll still have the
Yeah.
same amount of energy, but you'll just have to change your time schedule. As long as you're getting the same amount of hours that you were before you changed your schedule, I think that you should be okay when it comes to sleep.
Like even if the thing that you see a lot is people that have like big workloads or a lot of work that they need to do in a certain day, and then the next days they're empty. What they would tend to do is they try and finish all the work on the one day, and then they would actually like overwork themselves. The next morning, wake up tired, but it's actually a destructive habit from there. Like, let's say if you avoid a bit of work, then you come back to it later. You have to catch up on that work plus some more work that you've got, and I feel like that will be a destructive habit, which would also ruin your sleep schedule, and then you'd end up just freaking horrible, just always tired and shit like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, as long as as long as you keep your time, like uh you have your inbuilt clock, but as long as you keep like the hours the same, so if like as you said, sleeping from 7 to 6 and then changing that to whatever, you you could still maintain as long as you just be cautious with what you do, like what times you go to bed. Make sure you don't stay up too late, like gaming or something, because your boy likes gaming, but I still don't want to die. So
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah. As long as people just take care of themselves in the sense where they're getting enough sleep at night. Because there's been times with me, bro. I'm gonna be dead ass right now. There's been times with me where
yeah,
uh, I do like a sleepover one night, or like the night before I go to the sleepover. I'll sleep early because I'm like I want to be ready the next day. So I'll go to bed
yeah,
at
like able to sleep and
at
shit.
like 8 and then get up at 10 the next morning, right? And then I'm tired as
Mm.
shit throughout the entire day. But then when it comes to the sleepover, I'll sleep 2 hours and I'll be more energetic than I was the night before. It's kind of strange how stuff like that works.
Yeah.
I guess it's because you've overslept. And I believe this is a thing. I think it's because people oversleep
Mm.
to the point where you've tired out your body so much to the point where it's just gone into this mode where it doesn't want to get back up again. So you've just overslept yourself to the point where you just don't feel like doing anything when you get up the next morning. So sleep schedules are actually way more important than people think. Because people seem to think, oh, it's fine, I'll just oversleep my sleep schedule because it's a weekend and I don't have anything to do. But then they're tired and they're in a bad mood that entire day because they haven't kept to the same schedule that they did during the week. And then by the time Monday comes, most people are tired or overtired and stuff like that. And they're in a bad mood or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, but it can also be because, like, just doing a bit of sleep research and stuff like that, you find out that there's different types of sleep that you have whilst you're sleeping. So you have, like, the period that you're actually falling asleep, and then you have deep sleep, which is actually the area where you see people like sleepwalking and stuff like that. And then you have REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement sleep. And then that's the one which actually matters a lot for you because that's pretty much the time where your whole brain is I actually can't remember exactly because I searched this up a while back. It was either that your brain's fully active or fully switched off, but I think it might be fully switched off.
Yeah.
So that's the most important sleep for you because that is what lets your whole body relax.
Yeah.
Obviously, not your whole brain is switched off, but like, because otherwise you'd die. But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just in like your brain is just not switched off to the point where you go brain dead and kill yourself, but it's in this state of relaxation and rebooting, as most people would say, like you're resetting your system, or just everything is just going into a very peaceful state where you're able to relax and regain the energy that you lost during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think that's very useful because if you have too much of it, your body will just over relax.
Yeah.
Therefore, if that's why if you have like the sleeping way too long type stuff, then obviously you wouldn't sleep well or like you wouldn't feel well the next morning that you wake up because you've overslept and
Yeah.
therefore your body's just over relaxed and it doesn't want to do anything anymore. So you'd actually have to force yourself to get out of bed and do anything, and that's difficult because like it's like starting up a cold car. It's not as good for you.
Yeah, exactly. And it takes longer to get back into the working process, or just like, the system of what it was before.
Like if you take some examples of people around that you see every day to day life, some people would just like they'd go to bed and freaking crazy ass times and then wake up at whatever time they feel like. But that's still not good for you because you're just getting yourself into a more destructive habit where you sleep, and you don't do anything else. That's not good at all for you.
Exactly. So yeah, sleep schedules are important as hell, dude. And I know you and me, bro. I know you and me are living two completely different lives at the moment. So that's why I kind of wanted to talk about this topic, because you and me are living in two completely different worlds right now, right? We still see each other like on the daily and stuff, but you're in high school at the moment, and I'm doing a college course at home where I don't really have to move around much. But I still have to work my ass off. And you're in a state where you work hard, but you have to move around a lot. So I thought it would be interesting to talk about the amount that we burn during the day. Because obviously I have more time to do
Yeah.
more stuff than you do, and you've got more time to do other things that I don't have time to because of the different time periods that we're working at.
Actually, whilst we're on this subject, for you, so what, comparing your daily routine to mine, so for me, I'd wake up at 6, then I would like obviously make my coffee, breakfast, yada yada, get clothes and go to school. For you, you said that you wake up at 6:30, somewhere around there, right?
Yeah.
So, um, the difference between that and also like your daily routine, right? Because I remember a while back that we were talking, you said that you actually work out by yourself, like you do quite you actually do quite good exercises and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Comparing to me, where I don't actually at times I don't even have the time just to, look after myself or whatever. So that also changes how not only your sleep but how your day goes and how you feel throughout the day. So like,
Yeah,
how does that
exactly.
make you feel? Yeah, how does
Um
that make you feel like in difference?
well, ever since I started doing this home workout, right? It's been hard. It's an hour every single day. And it's good for me though. I've noticed massive improvements within the last 2 months. And if anything, ever since I started working out, it's helped me to sleep better at night, because beforehand it used to take me like maybe maximum an hour to fall asleep. But now, ever since I started doing this workout, I do the workout at night, by the way. I do the workout from 8 until 9, or like 9 until 10 or something. I usually go to sleep at 10 or 10:30, 11 the latest, depending on what I'm doing. Um, and when I do my workout, at the very end of it, I'm completely smashed. I'm so tired. So it really puts me into that mood of I'm wanting to sleep. And school probably does that
Yeah,
for you too. Like when you get home from school, you're completely tired, but I get it in your state that you can't exactly fall asleep immediately. So you're like dragging out your
Yeah,
tiredness
because
from when you get home. And then by the time you go to sleep, you've just gained energy because you've eaten dinner, you've had food in between, you've had water, so you've had ways to get back your energy. As with me, I just get to
yeah,
sleep
exactly.
instantly. So yeah, it's definitely
Mhm.
two completely different situations, which is very interesting in my opinion.
Yeah, but also even thinking about like for me when I used to go to the gym, right? So I used to gym at Sandy's Creation, and then I'd go there early, like five-ish, and then obviously I'd go to bed very early, but I would go there early in the morning, comparing to you going to gym late, which is actually quite a now that I think about it, it's actually quite a smart approach since then you tire yourself out and then you let your body rest. For me, I would actually use gymming as a way to wake me up. So I'd go to gym, do my exercises, and then after that, I would hit the sauna and then go on do my like. Because this was when it was homeschooling, right? So I'd hit the sauna, cycle home, and then do my homeschooling for the day, and then just chill, you know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So I think it makes like a huge difference in everything.
Yeah, no, it really does. It really does make that difference. It's just kind of crazy how you and me went to living exactly the same lives to just completely changing, in like the matter of just a few months. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't get to
Because I
see you
remember
and you
just like
guys daily anymore, which has changed my life in different ways, actually.
Actually, let's talk about that if you don't mind.
Yeah.
How is it different to homeschooling comparing to having to just school? Like, because I know we all went past that stage in quarantine and stuff, right?
Mm.
But how's it different nowadays, especially since we're out of quarantine, where you can actually go and see your mates nowadays without as many restrictions? How does it feel?
It feels very free, in my opinion. I feel like now, because when I'm doing my work, dude, I can bust out my headset and start listening to music and just start jamming out, right? Or if I'm not feeling like doing it during the morning, I can say, "Fuck it, I'll do it in the afternoon," because I have that time to do that and still get the work done and still pass and everything like that. I've still got all of this time. So I've got a lot more time on my hands now, which is very comfortable and I like it that way. I still have time to work as hard as I possibly can, and then I've got time that I can just rest in between. Whether it was in high
Yeah.
school, it was just work, 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 like constantly 24/7, 365. And talking about like the friend thing, right? Like how I don't get to see you guys as much anymore. It was quite like, it's quite upsetting, if anything, because like I miss seeing you guys on the daily, obviously. But then when I get to see you guys on weekends, it feels like a bigger reward. I feel a lot more
Yeah, like a lot,
I just feel a lot more happier
like
when I see you guys then because I feel like I haven't seen you and I can catch up with you guys and stuff.
I think it also provides like more topics to talk about as well.
Exactly.
Because since we're living two different lives, we don't. If we go to, let's say, when we go to the club together and we meet up, there's so much more to talk about because sometimes you wouldn't be there for the 1 week, whereas if you were still going to the school, I'd catch up like straight away. So it's actually I'm very disappointed that like I can't see you every single day at the school and stuff like that. But also it provides good conversation as well.
It really does, yeah. And in my opinion, I think my friendship with the guys and with you especially, I think our friendship has like gotten stronger, if anything, because like we're instead of seeing each other every day, you get bored of seeing the same people and recreating the same acts. Where every weekend when we see each other, there's always something new happening, whether it's good or bad. There's always something new going down, so there's
Yeah.
something always interesting happening, and like you said, so many more things to talk about. We can catch up in so many different ways. So, and I just hold on to our friendship stronger now because since I don't get to see you guys much, I feel like it could
Mm.
become a case where we start to drift away if we don't get to see each other within a specific weekend or whatever. So, overall, it's been a good thing that I'm in the position that I'm in right now. I'm enjoying my life a lot more than I thought I would if I were to leave high school right now. But I'm happy, dude.
Mhm.
Like I'm in a good mental state at the moment. Um, Obviously a couple of months back I wasn't. I was going through a lot of shit, as you know. But now, fucking
Yeah.
hell, I'm good, eh? Like, I'm really good.
Yeah, and that's great to hear though, because
Thank you, man.
especially especially just seeing like long distance relationships actually do work.
Yeah, when it comes to friendships, they work, and they really do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's really good to hear that you like one that you're in a lot better state as well. But also secondly that you know I understand there was a big change for you, but you're seeing that you're actually getting used to it and getting into it a lot more. It's actually really good to hear, you know?
Yeah, definitely, man. And thank you. You know, you've been supportive as fuck, and I appreciate you a lot, dude.
That's good.
And yeah, man, and you know I'm here for you, eh? And you let me
Hmm.
know if you need anything. I'm here.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Yeah. Fucking hell. What's your life been like? Talking about the same like topic.
Well, the thing is, it is the thing is we are going to school, but it still feels very hollow in a sense because we have the social bubbles, so you can't talk to the same mates that you have, and you keep distance more than like you're together. Obviously, I think it has been very helpful because like I see our classes a bit closer together. Uh, if you were to compare us to other classes and stuff like that, maybe not as close, but that's also a bit different. It's like oh different backgrounds, whatever, but that's not important. But in general, I feel like it's nice to be able to still see mates comparing to like being at home, but also I don't know how to explain it. Honestly, I just blanked out on my words. I was trying to say something, but my brain just went blank.
Your brain shut off for a second, that dude.
Yeah, I was rambling, and then my brain just, you, this kid does not need words. It's fine, just leave him hanging.
I just kind of left you on the third there.
Yeah,
uh,
just gone home. No, yeah, but like we do. Remember, when you still used to come to Babab and stuff like that. We used to be able to go to like the field, and all the age groups would clash, and like everyone would play together, stuff like that, or hang out together and stuff like that. Nowadays, you can't really have that same environment, so it feels actually a lot more distant in a
yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Like your class might get closer, but the whole school will get further. So even just picking who would be the next like head boy or whatever will just get more difficult just because you don't know them as well as you do.
as you used to before the whole COVID thing. Yeah, I get that.
But otherwise it's kind of alright. Just a bit extra stress from work and stuff, but it's alright.
Yeah, the workload just keeps piling and piling, especially when you get higher in grades and whatever.
And the inclusion of this new freaking what do they call it now? Firefly, which is it had so many problems. At first, the teachers were posting things there when you didn't even have access to it. Yeah, whatever. But you know what? Stuff changes.
Yeah, as long as you just like stay on top of everything, you know you're gonna do all right, and you know that you got this. Just try your hardest to stay on top of
Hmm.
everything, and just keep the work to the time that you need to do it, and don't overdo yourself or anything like that. And
Yeah.
I think another really important thing is, right. I'm going back to the topic of sleep, by the way. I'm going back to our original topic,
All right.
and
Let's go back.
let's go back. And I think probably like the most important thing about sleep is how, the mood you fall asleep in, right? Because I know a lot of people, and apparently this is true. I don't really know if this is true, but I've heard it a few times. If you fall asleep in a bad mood, or if you fall asleep like, stressing about something, or panicking, or you got into a fight with someone and you know it's going to affect your friendship or relationship or whatever, then people tend to mainly have nightmares and just have an awful sleep because of this toxic nonsense that's just locked in their head that just keeps changing their state of mind. So when you fall asleep in a negative state of mind, you're going to have the negative thoughts come
Okay.
first when you do manage to fall asleep, you know? So it's not like people are falling asleep to rest, but they're falling asleep to force themselves to get away from the situation that they're in. And then that affects them when they're sleeping.
Yeah, especially when you have repetitive. I don't know. This is another thing that I've heard. I don't know how true it is, but apparently, like repetitive dreams are trying to tell you something. So, if you feel anxious about something or whatever, you're gonna sleep like shit just because you're gonna your dreams are gonna be filled with the one with that thing that you're anxious about and everything like that. So you won't be able to sleep properly just because of certain things.
Exactly, exactly.
That's why, you need to make sure, not even most of the time, like let's say anxiety, right? Uh, pe- people would people would find that they would have problems with thinking that everyone might hate them when actually they might be in one of the better scenarios that they could be, and that would reflect in their dreams. So they would have dreams about like people laughing at them, or like the most common or well-known thing is going to school without your pants on and everyone laughing at you.
Yeah,
So just because,
like first-hand embarrassment almost.
yeah, and then just because like you felt kind of bad about something or another, and then that will just like make you feel absolutely shit for some reason.
Yeah, yeah. It's strange. It's really strange. You know, the human body works in very unique ways, obviously, and the things that happen to people when they sleep, depending on their state of mind, is also pretty fascinating to me. There's so many wonders to like so many different things just about life in general that so many people miss out on. Like we as humans, we miss out on the little things, dude. I'm not saying that having a nightmare is exactly a little thing, but you know what I mean. Like positive little things humans technically miss on, and like even these bad things that happen to us. In my opinion, it's interesting. It's interesting how people can have a nightmare because they're affected by something that's happening in their real lives. Or
Yeah,
yeah, it's just so strange. It's not like humans can just switch them off because of how many things that your body goes through, you know, hormones and getting older and thoughts change, and the way that you look at life is the way that you're going to think of it mentally. It's very interesting.